Nagoya again, outside the Nagoya Science Museum. Well, it should be renamed to the Indoctrination Museum, with its big ball-like structure with a alleged Japanese decommissioned space rocket. It cracks me up every time I see that thing. But yeah, I mean, God. But actually, I haven't actually been inside this museum, but I've been into the kind of gift shop area, and it's a lot of NASA propaganda. Actually, I mean, apparently inside it's meant to be all of the JAXA achievements, but it also apparently has to be backed up by NASA as well. And you know, this is what we're up against. You know, the fact that, you know, the kids, the new generation, are brainwashed from 4 years old. Maybe not 4 years old, 5 years, 6 years old. You know, as soon as they start attending school, it's one of the first things they learn. And then they come to places like this, and then, you know, then you've got the TV, you've got movies, you've got stuff. I mean, you know, we were all there once, right? We were all part of the club. I remember asking my mum, did you see that on the TV? And she said, yeah, my grandmother, her mother, had to go into town and rent a TV set. They had to rent a TV set so they could watch that shit on TV. And, well, you know, think about it. People didn't, you know, the average person, you know, my parents weren't rich, but they weren't poor, and they had to hire a fucking TV to see that shit. And I just, when you think about it, it's like such an easy point in history to be able to pull that shit. You could get away with such a blag, you know. That's probably part of the history lesson, you know. And when anybody who was alive to see it is dead and gone, then it's just locked. Our history is locked. And that's why if we can't make a change on the shape of the earth soon, and the new, more perhaps apathetic generations are left to give it up, well, we're in trouble, because this is, if we can't change this now, I don't think we're ever going to be able to change it. Because once the CGI gets better, and once the lies upon lies upon lies stack up, we're never going to change it. We're just stuck. Future generations will have no way of questioning it. No proof. If we allow such a ludicrous thing as a mission to Mars, if we accept that footage, if we accept that that's really happening, if humanity as a whole accepts that's happening, we're in big fucking trouble, because the next lie is, yeah, we can go to Mars. You can go to Mars. You know, what's the movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger? Is it Total Recall? Guess what happens to him? He buys a fantasy. He buys a fantasy trip to Mars. That's going to be the new bullshit. A fucking fantasy trip to Mars. Yeah, we'll put you in a coma. When you wake up, you'll think you've been to Mars. I mean, I'm laughing, but it's not funny because there's going to be a lot of that shit. Faked reality, virtual reality, induced hypnosis to make you believe something. I mean, people need to break out of this shit now, man. And you know, technology and science needs to be in the hands of the people who are using it for good. All I want really is that people can get to the point that I'm at. If you can raise awareness and get people to a certain level of understanding, whereas they can move on to the next step. Just give people the chance to ask themselves honestly. Get people thinking critically. Get them to ask themselves questions they just can't answer. At what point does water bend? Well, you're stuck, right? You can't go much further than that. There you go. At what point does the water bend? Because if you can't answer that question, you're in trouble. See if I can get this.
Yeah, deal.